A family divided. The royal rift widens. The House of Windsor, a symbol of tradition and stability, is crumbling from within. King Charles's recent actions towards his own family have exposed a deep and troubling rift. The king's brother, Prince Andrew, and his son, Prince Harry, have found themselves increasingly isolated from the heart of the monarchy. These are not just political decisions, but deeply personal ones, with potentially devastating consequences for everyone involved. In the midst of this turmoil, two figures stand out. Prince Andrew, once the beloved son, now ostracized and facing an uncertain future, and Prince Harry, the beloved grandson and son, now estranged and seeking a different path. Their stories, though different, are intertwined, highlighting the growing distance between the king and those who were once closest to him. The future of the monarchy itself seems uncertain. Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, has always called the Royal Lodge his home. This sprawling estate, nestled in the heart of Windsor Great Park, holds countless memories for the prince. Now, by order of his brother, the king, he is being asked to vacate the Royal Lodge. The decision has sent shockwaves through the family, casting a long shadow over the future of the monarchy. The eviction is not just about a change of address, it's a symbolic severing of ties. For a man already facing public scrutiny and personal turmoil, losing his home feels like a final, crushing blow. It raises questions about loyalty, compassion, and the very essence of family. King Charles's efforts to modernize the monarchy have extended beyond his brother's residence. Prince Andrew has reportedly faced significant financial cutbacks, impacting his lifestyle and security detail. The loss of his accustomed security detail is particularly worrisome. Prince Andrew, a high-profile figure, is now more vulnerable to potential threats. Critics argue that the king's actions lack compassion and understanding for his brother's situation. The financial cutbacks, while presented as a necessary step towards modernization, have exposed a raw nerve within the royal family. They raise uncomfortable questions about the value placed on family loyalty versus the pursuit of a more cost-effective and image-conscious monarchy. Across the Atlantic, Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, watches these events unfold with a heavy heart. Once a cherished member of the royal family, he too has experienced the sting of King Charles's changing priorities. Harry's decision to step back from royal duties and forge his own path with his wife, Meghan Markle, was met with a mixture of support and condemnation. However, what seemed like a clean break has morphed into something far more complex. Harry, stripped of his security detail and estranged from his family, finds himself adrift in a world that both reveres and reviles him. His story is a cautionary tale of the challenges of breaking free from the gilded cage of royalty and the enduring power of family ties, both positive and negative. The price of security, danger in a world without protection. The stripping of Prince Harry's security detail is perhaps the most concerning consequence of his estrangement from the royal family. Harry, his wife Meghan, and their young children are now living without the protection they once enjoyed, exposed to a world that holds both adoration and animosity towards them. This lack of security is not just an inconvenience, it's a very real threat to their safety. Harry and Meghan have been subjected to numerous credible threats, making their vulnerability all the more alarming. Critics argue that King Charles, in his pursuit of a slimmed-down monarchy, has failed to consider the very real dangers his son and family now face. The issue of security highlights the complex intersection of public and private life for members of the royal family. A legacy of loyalty when monarchs turned their backs. The current turmoil within the House of Windsor is not an isolated incident. History is replete with examples of monarchs who allowed personal feelings to cloud their judgment, often with disastrous consequences. King Henry VIII's break from the Catholic Church, fueled by his desire for a male heir and his infatuation with Anne Boleyn, plunged England into religious turmoil for generations. Similarly, King Edward VIII's abdication from the throne to marry Wallis Simpson, a twice-divorced American socialite, sent shockwaves through the British Empire. King Charles's actions, while less dramatic than those of his predecessors, nonetheless raise concerns about his ability to separate personal feelings from his duty to the monarchy. The lessons of history are clear. Neglecting family loyalty and allowing personal grievances to fester can have devastating consequences, not just for the individuals involved, but for the very institution of the monarchy itself. The Crown's future. Can family heal the divide? The future of the British monarchy hangs in the balance. King Charles's reign has begun amidst a perfect storm of challenges: a global pandemic, economic uncertainty, and a growing sense of apathy towards the institution itself. The very public fracturing of the royal family, with Prince Andrew ostracised and Prince Harry estranged, has eroded public confidence in the monarchy's ability to represent unity and stability. The image of a family at war with itself is hardly the unifying force the monarchy needs in these turbulent times. The question remains, can this rift be healed? Can King Charles find a way to bridge the divide with his brother and son, to rebuild trust and present a united front to the world? A plea for compassion, remembering the human cost. In the midst of the pomp and ceremony, the scandals and the speculation, it's easy to forget that at the heart of this royal drama are real people, grappling with very real emotions. Prince Andrew, once the golden son, now faces a lonely and uncertain future, stripped of his home, his security, and his place in the family. Prince Harry, once the beloved grandson and son, is now an outsider, seeking to forge his own path while navigating the complexities of family loyalty and personal ambition. And at the centre of it all stands King Charles, a man burdened by the weight of tradition, duty, and the impossible task of reconciling his vision for the monarchy with the needs of his own family. It's time to remember the human cost of this royal rift. The future of the monarchy may depend on it.